Hey, thanks for tuning to another episode of The Spiritual Scientist. Thanks for checking me out. So, I'm going to do a different video today, something completely different. And thank you. I have to do a shout out to Moneybag73 and all the nice support that I got for my last video. Kind of shocked because I just put myself out there and I really didn't think anyone would see the last Mandela effect that I talked about. Turns out that there are a lot of other people that saw and noticed what I did as well, but like me, everybody's too scared to say anything because everybody's gonna think we're crazy. When have we ever been scared to be called crazy, right? Who cares what other people think, right? All right. So here's something I thought that would be interesting. My interpretation of Forrest Gump. Now, I have to get the obvious Mandela effects out of the way. First of all, Forrest to me was with one R, not two R's. And everybody knows Box of Chocolates one. This isn't so much about a Mandela effect as about my interpretation of the movie. And I think you're going to be very interested. So let's break it down. I'll say at the beginning what my theory is of the movie and, my interpretation, how I view it. When I watched it the other day with, fresh eyes, I watched it almost from the beginning. And I think, like Forrest Gump himself, is a fallen angel, like a Nephilim, like he is a fallen angel. And I'm going to break down how this is symbolized and how this comes out in the movie so you can kind of understand what I'm talking about. So at the very beginning, and I missed the very, very beginning, I've never watched the very beginning, but I went on Wikipedia and read it, that he inspires Elvis to do his dance moves because he's doing, he's walking with with polio. He's walking with those braces on his legs a certain way. So you could think that he was a spirit of inspiration. So he is like an angelic being. He's a spirit of inspiration to rock and roll, which was a major contribution, obviously, to society. Now, one could think that he was Tom Hanks himself. The character Forrest Gump in the movie is like the Mandela effect in a way. So he is like a force. He is like a spirit. So then we see him get on a bus, and this is where I did watch it, and he gets on the bus, and a lot of people, reject him on the bus. So he can't sit certain places. He is rejected by a lot of people. But there's one person who accepts him, who's channeling his information, who actually is Jenny. So Jenny says, sit here with me. So she is taking in the spirit of Forrest Gump. She's able to sympathize with him. And then they go out and they're on tree limbs and they're in quiet places and they speak together. Of note is that she's been abused, probably sexually abused by I believe it was her stepfather, and they're in a horrible shack and she has nowhere else to turn to. She drags the spirit, or as you could say, Forrest Gump is Jenny's, let's say, he's her guardian angel. So he's an angelic being. He would be protecting her because she prayed for protection on the bus. And Forrest is an angelic being, you could tell, because of the way he acts. So he doesn't act like a human. He acts like an angelic being, where he's very innocent. And let me say this from the beginning, he is not stupid. he is able to break down the rifle and put together when he was in the barracks later on in the movie, faster and twice as fast as anybody. So he's not stupid. He has a different way of interpreting the reality. Innocent. He's very, very innocent. That's what makes him different. That's why he is an angelic being. So Jenny takes her guardian angel. She doesn't realize that her guardian angel is Forrest Gump or whatever. They go into the field, and she prays to be a bird. So the bird and the feather symbolizes angels. They symbolize angelic beings. That's what birds symbolize with their feathers. So anyway, they get a little bit older, and then what happens is, in the movie, Forrest Gump ends up being attacked. So Jenny's angelic being, gets attacked. Why is he being attacked? He's being attacked. His doctrine, what she's realizing is she's having the world attack Forrest Gump, and what he symbolizes, he's her protector, but he gets attacked. So what does she say? Run, Forrest, run. So what happens is, Forrest Gump is a spirit, and he causes a miracle. He is an angelic being of miracles, and he ends up showing that by running. So he causes miracles to occur. Again, he is like an angelic being. And everything's good, everything's great so far. Now we get older. What happens is that he ends up, Jenny rejects him, and that's a common theme throughout the movie. She rejects him many times, and she pushes him away from her a number of times, and she goes but her angelic being falls in love with her, and he's like a Nephilim, where he is an angelic being, but he falls in love with the daughter of man. So now he's in love with her, and he protects her. So things happen to her. In the movie, a guy slaps her, and then he's still her protector. He's still her guardian angel, and he attacks and fights them off. So what happens is that she rejects him over and over, and finally he becomes a guardian angel for someone else. He teams up with another guardian angel, Bubba, which is reminiscent of Buddha. He is a guardian angel of Lieutenant Dan. So Lieutenant Dan has now two guardian angels. All his family have been killed in every war, and finally there's something right going to happen. Now he has two guardian angels. They both act the same, Bubba and Forrest Gump, strangely enough. So now, how can Lieutenant Dan die? In fact, the angel picks up all the guys who are attacked and brings them all to safety, because he's able to run. So, like Mercury having the special ability of running. And what is a runner? What is a runner but a messenger? So, a fleet-footed messenger is a runner. So, what is Forrest Gump is a messenger. That's what is a messenger? An angel, an angelic being. So, as we go through the movie, Jenny keeps having her things happen. Lieutenant Dan ends up having the other angelic being gets killed, gets destroyed, and then Forrest Gump takes over total responsibility. Now that he has total responsibility, he has carte blanche, he ends up doing a lot of things. For instance, another miracle occurs where he causes a big storm to happen. So now Lieutenant Dan gets all the, like the parable with Jesus and the fish, now he gets all the fish. So then Lieutenant Dan gets blessed with money, more money, and then, Tom Hanks's character causes, money to flow to the church. So there's a lot of benefits. He goes back, finally, Lieutenant Dan's blessed enough, he goes back to Jenny again. Jenny has been in bad sorts. She almost kills herself. She must have prayed because now Forrest Gump's coming back in her life again. Now, her angelic guardian angel. Now, the angelic guardian angel's been in love with her all the time. He causes, more miracles to occur, and then she rejects him. So what does he do? What does Forrest Gump do? He becomes like a Messiah-like being. Now he has to roam the earth. So he has to run like Jesus did and went out into the world and preached. He's going across America back and forth running. Now, being that he's going across America running, he looks like the beard, he looks like a Messiah. He is now approached by various followers. A couple people say to him, I need inspiration. Again, he's the spirit of inspiration. So he comes up with shit happens. He does the smiley face for people. People find inspiration with him. He is now everybody's type of guardian angel. He's the spirit roaming the earth, roaming America. He ends up, Jenny must pray again. He goes back. She approaches him. Anyway, the movie is a poster boy, a poster child, a poster for the Nephilim, because what happens towards the very end, Jenny is dying. It doesn't show what is she dying. I interpret it as she is dying of old age because she's a human. And so what does Forrest Gump do? What does the spirit, her guardian angel, do? A fallen angel. And what does he do? He sleeps with her. How many times do they sleep together as they show in the movie? Basically once. What happens? There's a child. They begot a child. So there's a child of the angelic being. There's a child of Jenny in the world now. And what's the name of the child? Forrest Gump, of course. Because how else could it be? So it's, as the very end shows, that the child is normal, is a human, but he's a genius. He's super smart, she says. As we get to the very end, you see Forrest Gump being frozen on a stump. So he's looking straight ahead. He is like frozen, so that you can interpret as him being not even real. But what happens? A feather, the symbol of an angel, flies up into the air to show that Forrest Gump was an angel that landed on Earth. Anyway, I thought you'd enjoy this interpretation. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hey, I think it's genius because I came up with it. So maybe you're gonna understand a little bit about what I think about this movie and how it really seems to be about a fallen angel, coming to Earth. Anyway, like, subscribe, share. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.